So in the olden days, an architect or a draftsman would draw your papers up and they would give you blueprints, and they were actually blue. That's why they call it a blueprint. And when they did the copying of it, that's the reason that it was blue. Of course, we don't do that now. We've got big giant printers that can print any size. But this is what the architect or draftsman is going to give you, okay? And used to, you would bring this to the builder, and he would use the plans, and you know, we still use them, but he would use the plans to be able to give you an estimate. Yeah, we don't do that anymore. Everything's done on a PDF, so the architect or the draftsman is going to send us a PDF file of the plan, and we're going to print that off, and so it's going to be 8.5 by 11. We can make all of our notes for, you know, size of walls and height of walls and the different pitches of the roof and anything else that needs to go along with it. We can put everything down on paper so that we can get it very, very detailed about what your dry-in estimate is going to come out to, or the cost of the ICF walls, or just exactly which portion of it that we are going to be doing. So these are the types of things that we use to prepare the estimate for your dry-in or for the other parts of your project. When we get finished with it, we're going to print out a piece of paper like this for you. It's just an 8.5 by 11, and it's basically got 5 numbers on it. It's got a number for the legacy system ICF footings and walls. Everything that's going to be involved in that, the labor and materials to go from the ground level of the dig out all the way to the top plate of the ICF walls. It's also going to have a line on here, and it's got some detail underneath it for the underslab concrete and the floor preparation, and how much that's going to be for the finished concrete slabs. Anything that was on that drawing that's showing concrete, like the main living area in the house or the basement floor of the house, the garage floor, if you've got covered porches, if you've got a front porch that's concrete, anything like that's going to be in this number. The framing and the roof number, that's going to be when you tell us whether or not you want a standing seam hidden fastener steel roof, or you want a regular composite shingle roof. That goes in there. All of the framing material and labor and everything that would take to build your house is going to go in that number. And then you get the bottom number at the bottom. That number is going to be to the penny, and it's going to be based on the plans that have been provided to us, and it gives you a really, really close estimate of what your house is going to cost to get it in the dry in this case. Some people ask me, why are you not including the cost of the lumber, this 2x4 stud walls? Why are you not including that in your estimate? And I can give you a ballpark, but you have to understand that wood studs, it is a commodity. It is a price that is going up and down. It really is like this. It changes on a daily basis. So we don't even know that we can get too close until it's actually time to buy the stud walls. All of our bracing system for the ICF walls uses 2x4 boards as the main component of the bracing system. If you look at the houses, or you look at pictures of the houses that we're building, you'll see a lot of diagonal 2x4s, and you'll see vertical and horizontal 2x4s that are used to hold the wall up and straight and keep it from having any waves in it. All of those 2x4s eventually become your stud walls. So they're going to get used for bracing. They're going to get used after the bracing is finished. We get them down, we clean them up, we stack them over the side, and then they're going to be used for your stud walls. So it is a commodity that probably fluctuates more in price than anything else that we build with. So it's really hard to give an exact estimate, and it's going to be used at least 2 times, bracing and for the stud walls. If you've got a basement house, it's going to be used 3 times. Bracing for the basement, bracing for the main level, and then stud walls. So we can get you an estimate, we can get you a number, but just understand that it's going to be different. I promise you, it's going to be different once we actually buy it. But we're using it multiple times instead of just one time. If once we get out to your job site and it is flat, it's, you don't have big steps in your footing and different heights of walls. If it is exactly what we talked about, then your estimate then will become a bid, and it will be to the penny. So how do I know what all of these numbers are? I mean, there's some pretty big numbers on this estimate. Once we've agreed on the price, we've gone over the detail of what everything is included. We will sit down then with you and we'll have a scope meeting. A scoping document will be provided for you, and it will tell you every single thing in detail, what we're going to do for your project. It'll also give you a schedule of payments where we start after we meet these different ending points in your house, when payments are due and exactly how much those payments are. So that's the estimate process. It's very detailed. We'll go over in just really exacting detail of what it's going to take to get your house ready and how much it's going to cost. So there's no surprises. Remember, we're trying to remove the frustration. And again, one of the most frustrating things is, I thought it was going to cost this much. You told me it was going to cost this much, and now it costs this much. Okay, let's remove that frustration. The only thing that's going to change this number is if something changed on the plan. Either you decided you wanted gold bathtubs instead of plastic bathtubs, or you wanted walls different heights or whatever. That's the only thing that's going to change this number.